All right, y'all. Listen, somebody, okay, there was a masculine somewhere in the background. This man was trying to create, I don't know, y'all, a theme or however you want to look at it. This is somebody that was hoping to create some type of picture, something that he expected you to believe in. Don't know what it was. Okay, all we came out just with yet was the Emperor and the Seven of Cups. So somebody was trying to weave some type of particular storyline, hoping that you will fall into that storyline. Somebody had an idea for what they hoped you would be susceptible to, okay? So we're going to see what was going on. Drive, energy, passion, purity, cleanse, release. Age, reality, discipline. We're going to pull one more, y'all. And Black Moon Lilith, lead your life. There was a lot of obstacles and opposition to what this man was trying to pull. And that's really where there was an issue. This man has a lot of energy. Whoever he is, this is a man with a lot of vitality, a lot of masculine energy, a lot of heat, a lot of this, a lot of that. This man was really going to rely on his male energy to kind of create a certain environment for you. He was going to try to work on it in that way, hoping that that would make you want to change your behavior, okay? Cleanse and release. Somebody was hoping that if they moved like this or like that, then you would move like that or like this, okay? This person was relying on whatever it is that has gone on between y'all in the past. We see age, reality, discipline. Whatever y'all have been through, whatever age y'all are both currently at, this could have been a situation where a man was thinking, oh, well, I know at this age, she's just going to be ready to take, you know, she going to be with it. I know, I already know. Any woman this age, whether it was older, younger, whatever, he was relying on something to do with your age to be the reason why you would be more susceptible to his energy. The funny thing about it is when we see Saturn come in, we know that there's some karma coming in. So there was some blowback for this man in the exact area where he was trying to affect you. So he was hoping that your age would be the reason that y'all worked out, that this would be the reason that you would be more susceptible. You would be like, let me just get real. Let me just do what he asking me to do. You know, lead your life for him. Jump into this energy where, you know, you're going to do it for him. I don't know how it all went down, but some kind of way, this actually ended up being the trap that he caught himself in, for lack of a better way to say. Okay, this ended up being the trap that he caught himself in. He ended up in this conundrum, if you will, okay? Some kind of way. Spirit, seeking clarity. Give me one more card on that Saturn energy, because this Saturn energy all came back to him in the end. When we see Saturn, dark divine father of creation. For whatever reason, this man ended up having to acknowledge your strength and your power when this circumstance was done. It went the other way. He thought he was coming in creating a circumstance. This is a man that feels like he's a leader. Like whatever he's on, whatever he's saying, this is what was supposed to happen. Somebody's very entitled. Okay, he's very entitled. We see dark divine father of creation. He was expecting to come in and create something and be the man for you. This man may feel like it's something about him where he sees himself as rare. He sees himself as different. He sees himself as something other than the everyday character. And it just didn't. The question is, did you see him as an everyday character? Okay, let's talk about that. Because we know how he saw himself. It just didn't work out for him this way. And some kind of blowback came back to this man because of this. First of all, what was this man trying to pull? That's the $1 million question. What he thought he was finna do, girl? He thought he was finna pull something. Resurrection. Somebody was trying to bring a relationship back from the dead anyway. This relationship had either grown stagnant or stale. Something had happened with this relationship where really he was trying to kind of pull it out of the grave to begin with. Everything wasn't what it was supposed to be, okay? Eight of Pentacles comes through in the reverse. As far as you was concerned, you were seeing him trying to resurrect it, but you was also seeing that he wasn't really willing to do the work that you felt it would take to truly bring this relationship back out of the dark. Somebody felt like this man was being a little lazy, a little slow to act. The Knight of Pentacles comes through in the reverse. You also felt there was an issue of money. Somebody was having money issues with this masculine. You might have felt like not enough money is hitting the table. Not enough money is being accounted for. You also felt like he was like, you're not really trying to give. You know what I'm saying? You're slow to take back. This was the type of masculine you may have felt would make excuses about money. You know, it was like he's going to find a reason not to pay you instead of finding a reason to pay you. It's giving that type of tea. Okay? Queen of Cups in the reverse. And so you started to really speak up and kind of pull back. Somebody started to take back some of the moments of nurture, some of those things. You was like, I'm not really finna give you all that. This man was expecting reconciliation. You started to doubt it, and you started to pull your energy back. As you saw what was going on, somebody came out the gate being very sweet, being very understanding, being very warm to the very idea of y'all pulling it back together. And ultimately, you was like, yeah, I don't know about that. What I say, separate. You was like, you know what, I'm not really open to this idea no more. I'm really ready to just pull back. You weren't that interested. You felt like, somebody felt like this man was trying to make you the cleanup woman, okay? Somebody might have felt like they were second. This man is coming to you now when there's already somebody there, or there's somebody that was already there. The Lovers. Somebody, first off, you felt like initially this man was focused on having a more physical relationship. That was your initial feeling about it. It's like, okay, you really more focused on having a physical relationship. You felt like this man was looking for love. Ooh. Hold on. It's getting a little scandalous. Hold on. Snoop. Somebody felt like that you might have saw something in this man's phone or heard something from one of this man's friends. Something made you feel like he really was just looking for someone. Somebody didn't feel like it was all about them. You felt like this man was looking for somebody. You're like, you just out here looking for somebody to love, bro. This ain't even about me. Okay? I feel alive when we kiss comes through in the reverse. Once you realize this man really just, as far as you're concerned, he just had his feelers out there. Like, you didn't really feel like this was so about you. You start to feel like you just looking for somebody. The Emperor in the reverse. You was like, you just looking for somebody to rescue you and pull you up out of whatever jam you done found yourself in, and I can't do it. I cannot do it. You felt like you looked at this man's life and saw somebody who no longer was, you felt like he had, something about him you felt was exposed. Justice. Something came out about this man that you felt, first of all, the man was already in some type of karma. He was already, this man was falling apart some kind of way, the moon. You saw a man that was already dealing with karmic debt, that was already getting some of his slap back upside the head, okay? And you felt like here he is coming back now. He's confused about what's next for him. Hold on, we got to look into this, y'all. You felt like he was confused about what was next for him. Moon card energy. And you was like, so here you come. You out here on the prowl. You looking for somebody new. In the general sense of the word, this ain't even about me. You just know you done hit the wall in your situation. You done got confused now. Here you come talking about me. Here you come talking about, oh, what's up with me and you? Here you come with that. Out the clear blue sky. You wasn't trying to hear that. Okay? Somebody didn't feel like this man. You didn't feel like he was devoted. You didn't feel like it was really about you. The Emperor just flew out again. Look at all this Emperor energy we getting, y'all. The Emperor comes out again in the upright. You felt like this man was basically just trying to figure out how he could get his, I'm one of them guys, reputation back. And that he was just out here looking for somebody to do it with. You didn't even feel like it was about you. That's how he was trying to play it. Like it's all about you. You was like, no, it's not all about me. You done fell off. You already in some type of karmic debt. You already got something going on where you got karma on your ass. 7 of Wands. You already got something going on where you got karma up your ass, okay? And you sitting up here trying to come at me, the Emperor with the 7 of Wands. You felt like this man was basically trying to just make a plea for getting his power back. you know, somebody that's trying to keep the door from closing on his fly days, his heyday life, as it was closing anyway. You felt like this man was looking for an out. You felt like he was trying to get rescued. Rescued from Page of Wands. Rescued from Ten of Cups. This man you felt was trying to get in a family with you. Like he was coming in acting like he was making a plan. But whole time we paying attention. He really not willing to put in the work. He really wasn't willing to put in the money. He treating you like a cleanup woman. He really out here with his feelers out just looking for somebody to rescue him from something so he can still keep his reputation. Okay, Knight of Wands. This man was looking to put you in a family. But I'm going to tell you, somebody's main concern, you was like, first of all, you still ripping and running. It just keeps coming back to that Knight of Wands energy. You felt like this man was out here hoeing around, looking for somebody. Okay, hoeing around, looking for somebody. Number one. And you also felt like, even if I were to marry you, the journey that you seem to be on, you would still be hoeing around looking for somebody. You felt like this man was a train wreck, and you really just had the foresight to see that. You really did. You had the foresight to peep game. You was like, you giving very much train wreck energy, my guy. You're not going to really show up for me like that. Okay? You felt like he was just out here thirsty, looking for somebody to rescue him from certain destruction. You felt like all this man going to do, whoever he does give a 10 of Pentacles to, it's going to be some shit. That was you. Like, it was like, it's going to be some shit. Like, I don't believe that you're going to be faithful. I don't believe you're going to be a stand-up guy. And it's like, here he is trying to tell you that he's going to be that guy, but look at his behavior. Look at his behavior. He wasn't finna be that guy. Are you serious? He not willing to put in no work. He not willing to do nothing. But he wants you to feel like he was that guy. This man was making you so many promises that he was going to take so many extreme actions for you. Okay, this man was telling you he was going to do all types of stuff. This man was saying he gonna love, look, I'm gonna love you better. Look at that. He gonna change it for you. And your friends will see it too. King of Cups and Justice is when you think there's nothing else can do. He was giving you all that LL energy. I'm finna come through. I'm finna be loving. I'm finna be kind. I'm finna be paternal. I'm finna balance your life out. You saw it in this man. He was undecided as hell. He was trying to balance you with somebody else. You felt like he was confused, but there go that Emperor again. There go that Emperor again. He was confused. You're like, he's trying to act like the Emperor. He's trying to act like he's finna put you in a 9 of Pentacles and have you all exalted. And you finna be one of them girls. You finna be walking around with a pocket full of coin, a pocket full of cash, girl. Whole time he's sneaking around, giving little tiny bits of money. Wait a minute, hold on. I thought we was doing a 9 of Pentacles. Why you slowly reaching in your pocket, peeling off one bill? Pardon me? You said 9 of Pentacles. You didn't say $9. Okay, you said 9 of Pentacles, baby. This at least 900. You did $9, baby. $9,000. So your attitude began to change towards bro. And the idea of being in a family with him. First thing, when you saw how like he was stutter stepping on this generosity, he promised you love and generosity. He promised you King of Cups, 9 of Pentacles energy. And as soon as you seemed like you was cool with it, he peeling off a $5 bill and carrying on. You was like, oh no, ma'am, I don't want to be in that. You turned rigid towards the family, the sex, okay? You fell back. Like this man, you was asleep a lot of nights. He called you about talking about he want to get it in. You was like, ring, ring. Okay, I'm not doing all that. You're not giving me nothing. You really started back hanging with the girls. You just like, I really can just go back outside and dead this whole situation, this whole conversation. And so the situation had kind of been left in limbo. Primarily because, you know, you felt betrayed. You felt the heartbreak coming. You did not believe this man could be trusted. When you really sat and thought about it, 7 of Cups, you took the time to kind of use your third eye, you know, kind of fantasize, visualize where this relationship was going. You didn't really see anything, okay? We see victory and we see 7 of Pentacles. You saw a victory, if anything, that was going to be delayed and that was going to kind of be buried under sexual energy. You just didn't see it panning out like that. You saw a future that would be blocked. Okay, and the next phase of it, you figured it would just end. You kept seeing this as an ending. So somebody was visualizing this situation, and every which way you visualized it working, you only saw an end. And I really want to make that clear. I don't know if anybody has experienced that before, but you think about maybe if he gives me more money, then your mind was like, yeah, but he's still gonna run the streets. It's still gonna end. You thought maybe he'll stop running the streets, but yeah, then he's gonna be still acting funny with the money. It's gonna end. It's like you couldn't see any avenue for this to not end. For you, it was like, I just don't see this panning out. Point blank on period. You just did not see it panning out. King of Wands energy with the Knight of Cups. Part of the problem was that you really see his sex drive or his, like a Don Juan energy on him that he enjoys. He enjoys sex. He enjoys sexual attention. He enjoys women. He enjoys these things. And because of that, you don't really see him as the kind of man. You're like, he's not going to stop being who he is to come into a relationship with me. He's going to remain on the journey that he's on. And it's not going to do nothing but cause me grief. 5 of Cups. You're like, all this is going to do is stress me out. All this is going to do is cause me stress, anxiety. Who wants to be bothered with that? So somebody stood their ground. You know, you had your faith in it working out at one point. But when it came down to him providing you with what you wanted, you kept seeing yourself like Queen of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles. You feel like no matter how this pans out, you was going to get trapped, stranded, and stuck in some kind of third-party situation. And you don't have no divine energies that's going to just volunteer to be sitting up stuck in some third-party nonsense. And that's really, at this time, there just isn't a lot more that he was going to be able to offer. Just tell me the truth. There wasn't a lot more he was going to be able to bring to the table at this time other than that. You didn't see him taking any action that you could appreciate. 3 of Pentacles comes right back out. All you see is a broke dude putting you in a third-party situation. There was nothing else for you. Okay, look at this. Ace of Wands and sex. And so, once again, we see the Hanged Man. Somebody also had a lot of concerns about this third-party situation and this sex. Also, this man may have actually tried to get you into a third-party sexual situation. Also, you don't want to have sex with nobody that's engaged in a third party. Somebody was like, I wish I would stoop to this level of the game. Like, I'm not doing it. This man actually thought he could ultimately finesse you into accepting something this ridiculous, okay? Somebody started to become a flat-out burden on this man's back as this situation was going further. You was getting more and more fired up, more and more upset, less and less willing to accept whatever it was he thought he was going to put on you. You was like, sir, who you have me confused with is none of my business, but I'm not doing this with you. Somebody was just not going. Do you hear me? Queen of Wands energy, okay? With the Sun. You wasn't having it. You wasn't having it. Ain't even no other way to say it. You just wasn't having it. There's nothing else to discuss. You was like, you know one thing I wish you would. Like, you was on that type of time. You weren't interested in this, y'all. Somebody was not interested in this at all. At all, okay? No, ma'am. You really see yourself as being just totally above and beyond this sexually and in every other way that there is. You're somebody that knows you have a lot of shine. You bring a lot of optimistic energy. You know you're a happy person. You're somebody that you live a very carefree life, Fool card energy. You're very carefree. There's always men that are interested in you, would take you out for a cup of coffee or just be friends, but you attract good energy and positive things. So you're like, whether I'm in a serious relationship or not, I'm a fun girl. I'm cute. I wear cute clothes. I do my thing. I don't have to be in no mess like this where you're basically going to just slow walk me to absolutely nowhere. You felt like a relationship with him was basically volunteering to be in jail. You did not see the benefit of this at all, okay? You was like, The problem with this, I'm going to tell you right now, the problem in this relationship was that you saw through dude, if you want to call it a problem, okay? It's a problem for him. The problem was that you saw through him with ease. Somebody was looking right at this man for all that he was and was not and was like, you think I'm finna, who do you think I am, okay? You just saw through him. He wasn't really able to fool you with none of these little shenanigans. So this turned out to be a negative situation for him because of the games that he was attempting to play. Okay, so we see the Three of Wands. This man is looking at whatever past y'all have had and realizing now that if he wants to deal with you now, he's going to have to drop a lot of money. This man starts to come to realization that you were not going to accept less. You were not going to accept less. Okay? This was going to have to come to a close. World card energy. This man came to the conclusion that it was like, give it all or bust. There wasn't any room for hemming and hawing, making these. There was no room. It was like, you're going to give me money. You're going to invest in me. You're going to give me stability. You're going to give me security. You're going to give me resources, or you're really going to get away from me. He had to really realize you was serious about that. The Chariot energy comes through the building. He not only realized it was get out the way, but it was going to be get out the way and get out the way fast. It was no room for him to play the game that he was trying to play. It was no room. Mind you, somebody don't realize this. This man is still lost in you. You're still what he wants. You're still what he loves to this very day. Today, okay? To this very day. You're still what this man loves, okay? Period. His feelings for you have not changed. Church bells ring when judgment card comes through the building. This man's feelings have not changed, y'all. Let's pull a wild card from over here. Let me just pull something random because sunrise, okay? Because what's going on? The dude, like, it just gives very much stupid words of abundance. You got a text, sacral chakra. You got a text message coming from this man that may have to do with, like, he's trying to speak well. It may be a morning time text message. He's trying to speak well. I almost want to say, and this is corny, I almost want to say, buddy, gonna try to send you, start sending you morning affirmations. Like, he may try to make them seem friendly, but he might try to open the door back right there. Like, oh, look at me. You know, love is abundance and love is kind. And sending little proverbs or something over there, trying to make it seem like he's just a cool person. Spiritual awakening. What I just tell you, he's a cool person. Girl, he done changed. He's up early praising the Lord. Amen. Let me send you a little something. Look. What I say? Helpful. I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to send you a kind word. Hey, big head. You know, look. Hey, big head. I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. John 8:12, big head. I ain't trying to get back with you or get you to answer the phone. I'm a good man now. I'm just sending you a little taste over there, a little good morning taste, okay? Unicorn, okay? All of a sudden, he's Mr. Unique. He's Mr. Different. I'm not the man that you knew. This man has just come to the realization that he overplayed his hand when it came to you. He really did. Nine of Swords energy. He overplayed his hand. What he wanted to happen was just ... Okay, what he wanted to happen was just kind of like, yes, so no. You know, he was in that type of time. Seven of Wands with the Eight of Pentacles. You know, he's going to have to realize that he overplayed his hand. It's giving him a lot of stress. He's going to start trying to kind of force his way back into your life. And we see that coming from these affirmations by, you know, working hard and kind of saying like, nah, you was right. You deserve better than me. This man is actually going to try to use the fact that he didn't show up for you as the reason why you should take him back. It's like, oh, now I realize that I didn't show up for you. You were right about me. He's going to try to play to your belief that he was childish in the first place to get you back. How childish is that? This dude, the problem with him is that he likes to sit around and play games. We see the delicate dawn, okay? From fragile beginnings and holding on to the promise. This man has not let go of the beginning that he thought he could do. This is turned into a karmic situation. It was karmic all the time, but now it's like karmic timing, okay? Divine timing is in reverse. This man's going to reach out to you, like I said, in the mornings. That's an inopportune time. I don't want to wake up thinking about you. It's about to become a thing where everything he does works against him. Remember, I told you he was already kind of facing karmic debt when everything started. So this is just another thing that's going to end up in a reversal for him. It's another reversal of fortunes because he's moving in a way that is just not divine. This is another bad decision, another mistake, another way that he went about things that was stupid and unnecessary, another time that he overplayed his hand. It's just not going to work. Just not going to work. Seven of Pentacles. This man was really trying to, he really going to keep trying to play on nostalgia. I don't know what y'all's past has been. Seven of Cups with the Six of Cups, Seven of Pentacles with the Six of Cups. He's going to keep trying to play on nostalgia to get the momentum going in the relationship. The Chariot, Ten of Wands in reverse. This man keeps thinking that he can get you to accept this half-ass situation that he's bringing to you. If he just keeps on playing on nostalgia, keeps on playing on your emotions, when you're looking at him for who he is, this man is out here, he's looking for somebody, he's dating freely, he's doing this, he's doing that. How you gonna get me to forget that you are who you are? This man, it's almost like King of Wands, this hypersexual energy. Y'all, it literally, the Magician in reverse, he can't make no moves to impress you, but he got this hypersexual energy, y'all. It's low-key like this man is just, he naive. You know, for somebody that's trying to womanize, he's actually quite naive. The Hierophant, this man may promise you some type of commitment. This is the Hierophant in reverse, okay? He may try to promise you some type of commitment. All it is to lure you back. Keep in mind that whenever you come back towards this man, you're going to get the same man. Wheel of Fortune is in reverse. Okay? He's also losing patience. Okay? So this man feels like he's never quite able to get you the way he wants you. He's starting to get frustrated. Okay? He's starting to get frustrated, tangled up in his mind and emotions. This man is desperate to shift the trajectory of this relationship. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay? He desperately wants this to go in another direction. It's not going to. The Moon card energy with the Three of Cups in reverse. This man is not going to be able to get the celebration from you that he wants. Ten of Cups in reverse. He's not going to be able to get the family from you that he wants. Page of Wands in reverse. He's not going to be able to get you to go on the journey with him that he wants. Page of Swords in reverse. He's not going to be able to get you to care about his investment in this relationship. You're not going to try to nurture it. You're not going to fight for it. He's not going to get any of that from you. Eight of Swords in reverse. You have already released this man. You said, this man ain't finna curse my life. Curse comes through in reverse. You're like, I'm not finna be cursed by this man's simple foolishness. You don't feel like he has any spiritual gifts. You don't feel like the integrity is there. You're like, you're just trying to play games. You're just looking for a woman to stand beside you so that you don't end up looking like who you looking like, okay? Who you really are, which is somebody that's done overplayed your hand with a lot of people, and now you standing in all types of karmic debt and confusion that you can't get out of, okay? Again, this man is stuck in the past. This is a man that's trying to relive his glory days. Look at this, trying to play games. This is somebody that can't let go of who they were. Eight of Cups, you're walking away. This is somebody that can't let go of the past because in the past, they were really that King of Wands and Magician in the upright. Somebody used to really be one of them guys back when, and he can't let that fantasy go. He can't stop thinking about back when he used to pull up, diamond in the back, sun rooftop, digging in the scene with the gangster lean. He can't let that go. My man cannot let that go. He wants to reclaim his glory days. You were his ace in the hole in his glory days. Somebody, you was a feather in his cap when he was out here getting it. Okay? And he want to go back to that time period. Again, it's not really about you. That's what you picking up. He really not caught up on you like that. As much as he want to get his glory days back, and you was a part of those glory days, he's still ripping and running the streets, but he wants to, whatever, you was like a trophy wife, trophy girlfriend to him. He can't let that time period go. He got to keep trying to pull you back in so he can get that feeling back. It's not about you, like you said. It's not about you. This man promising you this Nine of Pentacles that he can't even give, girl. He can't even give. Promising you he finna be this sweet man. Oh my God, I'm finna be all this. You know he ain't telling the truth. That's why you in conflict with it. It's a lot of conflict between you and him in spite of the fact that he's promising you nothing but good things. Why is that, Spirit? Make it plain. We know why, but why is that? This man is constantly promising you the best of things, okay? I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to do that. And there's still conflict. There's still conflict. The conflict just don't never give up. Justice and the Nine of Wands, because you're still leery of him, because you know that this man is going to face karma for whatever it is he got going on. You're like, I know that you still out here. You feel like this man is trying to put tabs on you so that he can get access to the best parts of you. Queen of Cups. Okay, he wants you to be like this loving, kind, caring woman that you probably used to be towards him. But remember, we saw Queen of Cups in reverse earlier. Okay, you feel like doing for this man before left you burdened and in a wishy-washy situation. Somebody already has bad memories of this man from the way back. He remembering you as this glorious Queen of Cups that loved him so good, and he wants you back so he can feel like the man again. You don't remember him like he remember you. Okay, and now he back in your life. You really just still, to you, you still seeing somebody that really ain't standing on business. The Magician and the Three of Pentacles, what I say. You still seeing a player that's going to have you out here in a third party situation. You like, you know what, you ain't even changed. That's all you see. Strength and the Moon. You see somebody that's still very confused about who they are as a man. And you like, that's not something that I want to be a part of. I feel like you are messy. I feel like you're still out here ripping and running and not making the right kinds of decisions. And that's just not something you want on your plate. King of Pentacles, you say, I'm looking for a man that can provide me with something. That's what you've asked him for. Six of Pentacles, you feel like he's still giving very little. You feel like you're a Queen of Wands energy. Anything you're going to fight for, it's going to be to fight for your peace and your own wisdom, okay? The Hermit card energy. You're not going to fight with this man for him to just, girl, he fighting for his reputation. He's not fighting for you. He fighting for people to be like, oh my God, you got back with her. Shout out to you. Okay. Your name. He fighting for clout. Your name may start with, y'all already know what it is, baby. Let's see what cards he pulled for your name, girl. Because this man cutting up. He cutting a fool for no good reason at all. You, somebody out there, your name may start with a U. Your name may start with an A. Your name may start with a G. Your name may start with an I, okay? His name, because he cutting up. W, his name may start with a W or a D. Look at that dog. Okay, no shade, but shade. His name may start with a D. His name may start with an O or with an L, okay? Listen, whoever he is, he cutting up for no good reason at all, okay? If you have enjoyed this divine feminine tarot tea, yeah, please go ahead and like it, do share it, do subscribe, okay? Do not be afraid to come through the building, girl. And when you do, please go ahead and hit that bell so you can be here every single time me and the T-Team are off up in here getting it in with all of these good old tarot messages, okay? If you would like a personal reading from me, girl, dftarottea@gmail.com. Also, if you would like to make a little donation to this channel or check us out on Patreon, okay? The membership links for the Patreon, the dark feminine energy that's over on the Patreon, as well as the membership are in the bio beneath this video. Also, if you would like to straight up make a little love offering to this channel, girl, dftarottea at Cash App or PayPal. And if you was here all the way to the end, go ahead and put a little smooth, a little taste of 33. Okay, I said let's get to 33 flat. Put 33 in the comment section, okay? Because I said what I said, exactly 33 minutes, okay? And like I said, girl, don't forget to donate to the cheese fund. Now I need me a little cheese. Like I say, dftarottea, I love cheese, girl. It's a little cheese money. dftarottea at Cash App or PayPal. And as always, I will catch y'all in the next one.